I mean, we are
We're in. We are in.
Jodie and Kali join us now. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you for having us.
So, obviously, set in Alaska, filmed it in Iceland. Did you film it? Is it all filmed at night?
Well, at night, sometimes during the day, but it's nighttime
Always
during the
looks
day,
nice,
yes.
doesn't it?
Yeah, the exteriors, we did, you know, the interiors you do in a different place sometimes, and the exteriors are out there. It was cold.
And True Detective, like, I think from that first series, people that were in were just so into it. Like, there's just something wonderful about the fact that it's, you know, I remember that first series spanned decades, and, you know, I guess it was one of the first kind of proper long-form TV shows that we really got stuck into, you know? Is that the reason why you wanted to come back to TV in particular, Jodie?
Yeah, season 1 is really special, of course. I haven't done TV since probably a series since the mid-'70s, so it's kind of a long time ago. But we loved the show. I know you were a big fan of the show.
Absolutely. I mean, I watched season 1 probably way too many times, but it's one of those seasons you have to watch again, and you might miss something, and you might find something else you like. It was just that captivating to me, at least. Yeah.
Remember that shot? There's this great shot, that one Steadicam shot that goes from...
that.
Oh, my God. Best. And I can't remember, like, the amount of times I've watched that where you just go, you're just transfixed by it with Matthew McConaughey. Yeah.
It's like the longest one I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, if somebody messes up, this is gonna be really bad.
So good.
And Kaylee, you rock up to set, OK? You're relatively new, you know, it's your third acting role, and you rock up, Jodie Foster's there. Are you like a sponge where you just suck all the wisdom, all the knowledge out of Jodie? What did you do on set?
So I approached her and I had a standoff, stare-off, like I was at a fight. No, I mean, it was, of course, it was intimidating, but I was excited. I mean, it wasn't anything that I was scared and I wasn't in good hands. I just was like, this is gonna be an amazing journey, and what better person to have to learn from. So I did have a fangirl moment when she walked in for the first rehearsal, but I was like, I can't let them see me sweat. I gotta chill.
But you are holding your own. You literally are. She's so good, and I'm sure when you saw her tapes, first of all, was you really impressed?
Yeah, I really was, and just so excited to know that was going to be my partner in the film. I mean, what's extraordinary about the show is, and what I loved about it was so satisfying, is that it really is Kaylee's journey. It's her voice. She is the central voice of the show. Somebody of mixed heritage, you know, that speaks in a way and walks in a way that's very different than most people that you see. So I'm just here to serve.
Well, you are serving.
Did it work the other way as well? When you rocked up the set, we were like, OK, let's work on my... What's going on here?
Did she give you any lessons?
He picked my brain a little bit about boxing, but we didn't really have time for any lessons. I would have loved to do like a whole cast and crew, like boxing, KO boxing thing.
But it's a kind of a similar thing for you, boxing and acting. There's some similarities, right?
It's the athleticism as far as like having the repetition, having to practice over and over again, having a really good sparring partner, having to think on your toes, being really present, knowing what tools to use when. It's a lot of stuff.
Although the lovely thing I read was that, because I was reading that and thought, I mean, I imagine the disciplines are kind of similar, you know? Because you've got to be so disciplined in both. But there was a lovely quote you said where Jodie taught you to, like, you're a perfectionist, obviously, as are you, but just don't give yourself too much of a hard time.
It was basically like, don't take everything so serious, you know what I mean? And it's not, I guess my seriousness is just focus. I really want to do good, especially this is my third job, coming up against, you know, pound for pound legend Jodie Foster. There's a bunch of
boxing speak as well.
Yeah, pound for pound, man. It's just, you know, I had a lot of pressure to make sure I did the best I could, but just, you know, just relax. Everything's going to work out, and it did. I mean, it really did.
How did the switch come? Like, because you were doing so well with your boxing. Where did the opportunity come to act?
From social media, actually. I got contacted through social media for the first project.
What, like a DM on Instagram?
Slid in my DMs.
Are you serious?
Slid in my DMs.
So I could become a star one day?
You can. Answer your DMs, man.
Yeah, because you're a real shy wallflower right now.
I never see the DMs, though. You've got to be following the people to see the DMs.
Yeah, I mean, thank God for Instagram. I got to kind of read what it was first, but he reached out to me, asked me if I was ever interested in acting. He had an idea for a script based around missing and murdered Indigenous women, got to know me, asked me to help him write it, and I just was like, okay, I'll wing it. But a week before he hit me up on Instagram, I was kind of getting the acting bug. I'm like, if it's meant for me, it'll find me. and it came a knocking. It found
really
me.
Good, really good watching you, though. It's
Thank
just
you.
such a great, assured performance, isn't it?
Thank you.
Well, Jodie, things have changed since your time back
Yeah,
in the day.
that's right.
Can you imagine someone sliding into your DMs to give you a job?
I don't even know what that means. It sounds kind of rude, so I'm going to stay away from it.
No sliding in nowhere.
Is it lovely to get to a point, though, Jodie, where, you know, you can pick and choose what you want to do? I mean, this had to be really good for you to say, do you know what, I want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been one of those people who picks and chooses. Why I don't work as much, maybe because I've been doing it so long. So, like 58 years, I've been in the entertainment business. And for me, I only know how to act if I'm moved and if I'm interested and curious and obsessed. I just don't know how to do it any other way. So I have to be obsessed with something.
So, can you tell that from the first read of a script, or
Yes.
really?
Yes, you can.
That instinctive, like what, like first
Yeah,
few
but it
pages?
doesn't mean
or-
it doesn't need work. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it needs to be challenged. It needs to work in different directions. I'm usually much more interested in the story. And then I get to the character, and then I think, how can I make the character better, you know, to sort of serve the story? So this character, for example, Danvers, the woman that I play, was very different in the original script.
Oh, really?
We changed it completely, you know.
I love the chemistry between the two of you, because it's basically it's a cold case, right? I mean, the storylines are, and you were taken off and made a state trooper,
Yes.
and now you're kind of back in on the action, and there's obviously a lot of respect going on between the two of you, if not.
Yeah, but not any friendship. It's
No.
you know they don't like each other.
No.
And there's all sorts of reasons why they don't.
Do they get to like each other?
I don't really even know. It's more than that. And weirdly,
there's a
it's
respect.
deeper than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's more about this I've got your back kind of. They have the same destiny.
Yeah.
And that's really what brings them together, I think.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the nomination, but
Oh,
I've got
thanks.
a feeling you're one of these people, or you're not defined by awards and trophies and things like that, but is it nice, though?
It's nice.
It's nice to
It's
be defined
nice.
by an Oscar.
It is. It's nice. You know, when I was a kid, we all would go to my mom's room, to her bed, and we had a black and white TV, and we'd all watch the Oscars as kids. And so, you know, it has a nostalgia thing to me. Like, I never thought that I would be a part of that community. So it's a big thing.
Do you think you appreciated it at 14 when you was nominated? You were 14 years old when you were nominated.
Yeah, I
the first
did. I
time.
was really scared, and when they said my name, I broke out in hives.
Really?
So I had welts all over my face and all over my body the second they said my name.
I felt like you was an old soul from very young anyway. Are you now a young soul?
Yes, now I'm a young old soul. But yeah, I had been on the Oscars before. I think when I was like 8 or something, I had to sing on the Oscars, and it was sort of traumatizing because they made me wear really ugly clothes that I didn't want to wear.
I read something lovely. You said it's almost more fun when you don't win, because the pressure's kind of off then, and I guess you can just do your own
the
thing.
best Oscars I ever had, I was nominated for Nell. I didn't win, but my best friend in the whole world was nominated for Short. And we went together. He was my date, and we sat next to each other, and he won. And I knew where everything was. I was like, grab that bottle of champagne, come down this way. We spent the whole evening, you know,
Get your goodie bag.
driving around the city with, like, you know, hanging outside the windows with his Oscar and stuff. And it definitely was the best one I
I love
ever
the way
So when
everyone,
I'm in
no
the line,
matter
that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, that's right.
That's exactly what you're going to
I love
do.
the way everyone, no matter how famous they are, always end up in a burger bar, just like with a bottle of champagne. It's going, it's 2 a.m.
With the trophy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't believe you studied criminology as well. Did that help with your character?
You know, I almost didn't forget, but because I didn't finish, I studied criminology and science. I wanted to be probation officer for juvenile. So it actually did, because I love like the cases like serial killers and really the cold cases, the really interesting cases. So it did help a little bit.
You out of the ring now?
Incredible.
Would you go back to boxing? Are you...
I am not retired officially yet.
Whoa!
There you go.
I'd love to have a spar with you, Bab.
Yeah.
Are you joking? Look at her. Are you absolutely insane? Oh yeah, that sounds like a really good idea.
I reckon I could learn a lot from
Yeah, you could learn a lot,
No
definitely.
smoke from you, girl.
Guys, we are so excited by this. The True Detective Night Country what is it?
Finale, yeah.
Finale is available Monday on Sky Atlantic and streaming service now.
And it's really good.
It's
the last
so
one is the
good.
best one. So that's definitely, everybody's waiting for it.
It's a good
Thank you.
sell. Good sell.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you both.